All right, so today we're going to talk about angle measures and segment lengths. So first things first, our nice lovely theorem. Oh, there's a fly or a moth or something in my house. So if I have an angle that I'm looking for that's inside my circle created by two chords, that measure of that angle, in this case angle A. Oop, okay. Bye, cat. My cat was on my lap. Will be equal to the outside pieces added together and divided by 2, which you can't see at all. Hey, there you go. Oh, I just got cat hair. There it is. Okay, so an angle inside my circle formed by two chords will be equal to the outside pieces added together divided by 2. An angle that's formed on this one, on the outside by 2 secants, is when I take the bigger outside piece minus the other part, the big arc, minus the little arc, because they look bigger over here and smaller over here, because they will be, and that'll be divided by 2. So if it's inside, you add and divide. If it's outside, you subtract and divide. Wrong button. Okay. So, she's making noise over there. This first one is inside. So I'm going to take 90 plus 46 and divide it by 2. So that is, what did I say, 68? Yeah. This next one's outside, but what do you notice about what I'm given? I'm supposed to be taking the big arc minus the little arc divided by 2 is equal to that angle over there. So we are missing, actually, the smaller arc here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get rid of this division of 2 by multiplying. So I got 95 minus z is equal to 40. Subtract 95 and then divide by -1. Z is 55 degrees. I'm going to go up here and make my picture a little bit smaller right now. That way we have enough room to do this next problem. Okay, so same kind of idea as one above, only now we know both of the arcs. So I'm going to take 268 minus 92 divided by 2. So x equals 88 degrees. And then this one is in the inside, so I have x plus 112 divided by 2 is equal to 94. Let's start first by multiplying both sides by 2. Gives me 188 minus the 112. X is equal to 76. So not too bad on those first 4. Alright, word problem. Whoop whoop. So you focus your camera on a fountain. Your camera is at the vertex of the angle formed by tangents to the fountain. You estimate that angle is 40 degrees. What is the measure in degrees of the arc of the circulation of the fountain in the photograph? Well, first steps first. We need a picture to see what I'm looking at. So here's my circle. It's my lovely little fountain. Psh, water. So it's telling me that my camera is at the vertex. I highlighted too much. Formed by tangents to the fountain. So I have 2 tangents coming from this one fountain that are going to hit the same spot. So about like that. We estimate that angle is 40 degrees. So he's 40 in there. What we're looking for is the degree of the circular basin that will be in the photograph. Okay, well, logically, if here's your fountain, are you going to be taking, you're going to have this part in your picture? No, you're not. So, you're looking for your piece down here. So you need this degree. You need that arc degree. Well, I don't have enough information, do I? Because if I look back at my original theorem, it tells me I need the big piece minus the little piece and divide that by 2. Well, I know the little piece, don't I? So let's pretend for a moment that I told you that this was 20 degrees. How would I know how to find the rest of my circle if I know part of it's 20? Well, I would take 360 minus 20, right? Okay, well, if I'm looking for this arc of what's going to be in my picture is X, doesn't that mean that the rest of my circle is 360 minus X? Make it look like an X. Do I have enough pieces now? Yeah. So I know that 40 is equal to 360 minus X minus X. Wow. Hold on. All divided by 2. Well, first things first, I have a fraction. I don't like fractions, so we're going to multiply by 2. So I have 80 is equal to 360 minus 2x. So subtract over that 360. I get negative 280 is equal to negative 2x. Divide both sides by negative 2, and x is 140 degrees. So the hardest part about this problem was looking at what we needed to label for our picture. Because we really need to draw pictures when we have word problems. They're the only way to make sense of what's being asked in the problem. Alright, theorem time. I'm going to try and get these colors as best as I can. Sorry, I'm switching colors right now. So this first one, I have 2 chords being multiplied together. Excuse me, I have 2 chords that hit each other in some shape in my circle, and I'm given their specific lengths. So that is going to be A times B, or AB, will be equal to C times D. So they just get multiplied together. So that's 2 chords. In this next one, I have two tangents, or excuse me, 2 secants because I go through. So when I have 2 secants, I take the outside piece times the whole thing, and that's going to be equal to the outside piece times the whole thing. Now, the reason I say outside piece with the whole thing is because if you notice, W plus X or X plus W is that whole length of my segment, and same thing with the YZ. And so that was 2 secants. And then with this next one, I have a tangent and a secant, and that is equal to the outside piece times the whole, which is equal to the tangent squared. Now that one's a little off. It kind of runs up a little bit. Sorry about that. And this one is secant tangent. All right, let's go put these guys into practice. So I have 2 secants here. So that means I have the outside of, say, 6, plus the whole, which is 6 plus 8, which is equal to the outside, plus the whole, which is y plus 7. So 6 plus 8 gives me 14, and then times 6 will give me 84, which is equal to 7y plus 49. So I subtract over the 49, and I get 35. So then y is equal to 5. And that would be in units of whatever it is. So it could be centimeters, inches, whatever. But if we're not given specific units, then we just leave it as the plain number. Next, I have a secant with a tangent. So I have the outside plus the whole, which is equal to the tangent squared. So I get 8 plus 16, which gives me 24 times 8, which is 192. That's equal to z squared. So to undo something squared, I want to square root it. So z is equal to 13.9. All right, next one. I'm going to extend this now because I know we're going to need it. So we have 2 secants again. So when we have 2 secants, we do the outside, so say 14, times the whole piece, which is 14 plus 20, is equal to the outside times the whole thing. Told you we need more space. Whew. So 14 times 20 is 34, and you take that times 14, and you get 476. And 16 times 16 is 256, plus 16x. So take 476 minus 256, you get 220. Which is equal to 16x. Divide everything by 16, and x will be 13.8. And then this last one, we have 2 chords together in my circle, so I'm going to take the pieces, so 3 times 7. That'll be equal to 6.5 times m. So I get 21 is equal to 6.5 m. So m is equal to 3.2. That's all I had for you, so I will see you tomorrow.